when they announced our name as the winner out of 3,000 applicants in Ghana, blew my. I was like, what? I was gone for. Could not believe it. And it was a big one because that night we raised $50,000. We are hungry for changing the narrative that the world has about Africa and the youth and entrepreneurs. Enough is enough. People love going into retail, but if nobody knows who you are in retail, they're going to pass your beautiful brand every single day and pick a different bottle. So here's the thing, if you're going to start a business, you can either copy other people or you can create your own lane, right? Those are the fundamentals of where do you want to play. Why can't a big brand come from Botswana? If we succeed, then we inspire another generation to succeed and other people. You see what I'm saying? If we succeed, we will create jobs. If we succeed, we're participating in diversifying the economy.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Deep Dive Show. My name is Monthe. Our goal with the show is to bring you and I in proximity to the people and ideas that will show us that it is possible and it can be done and eventually help us achieve on our dreams and on our goals. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we have a special guest. She graduated from UNISA with a BA in Communications and Science. In Communication Science, she recently graduated with a Master's of Business Creation in University of Utah's David Eccles School of Business in the USA. She holds 9 years experience in human resource. She won Innov Summit's African Regional Competition as the best female bio biz entrepreneur. She was also selected as one of the 19 individuals to attend the Mandela Washington Fellowship, a highly competitive and rigorous fellowship. She currently sits and serves on the General Africa Steering Committee as a youth representative since 2020. So, ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome to the show today the co-founder and MD of Mango Craft, a high-end local brand that makes one-of-a-kind range of products from indigenous ingredients. Bonolo, Monthe.
Thank you.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you
so much. That was such a very extensive intro that I had to make. You know, it was crazy. Me going through it, I was like, yo.
This is insane.
She's done so much. She's done so much. Like, this is crazy.
Is that me? Is he talking about me? That's interesting. Yeah.
But kudos to you, eh?
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So let's just kickstart this right here. Can you take us through the genesis of Mango Craft in 60 seconds?
In 60 seconds? Oh, wow. Okay. So basically, how we started our business, my co-founder, Mr. Yemi Aganga, is the one who came up with it. Who's here?
Yes.
And he had a murula tree in front of his house, and he basically realized that every single season the fruit goes to waste. You've seen it on the roads in Main Mall, whatever it is. So the question was, what do we do with all of this fruit? And, that evolved from what started off as a hobby, something we wanted to do, try out farmers markets. And now, I think 5 years later, we are available in Pick and Pay, Square Mart, Sefalana. We are now we're the first company from Botswana to be exporting and selling food on Amazon.
Yes. I think that deserves a round of applause. Beautiful. Yes.
And in that time, we've won 13 awards, including 2 Great Taste Awards from the UK and a feature on Bloomberg Pursuits a few months ago.
Yeah.
Was that 60 seconds?
I don't know. That was probably less. And you did very well.
Thank you.
And actually, I think you didn't also include, endorsement from Martha Stewart.
Oh, how can I forget my girl Martha? Yes.
Yeah, I looked at it and I was like, yo.
What?
No, you guys are gone now. You guys are gone, eh?
Yeah, that
Kudos
was a special time. Yeah.
Kudos to you guys.
Thank
but
you
how
very
did it happen
much.
though?
Martha?
Yeah.
I've always known Martha. I just sent her a WhatsApp. I'm like, hey, girl. No, I'm kidding. We were at a trade show in New York. It's called the Summer Fancy Food Show. And it's, I think 35,000 1,000 or so people come in like 3 days or so. So, but you have like the right people who come, like buyers from different markets and influencers and what have you not, magazines, press. So a lady who worked for, and her name is Hannah, who worked for Martha Stewart, happened to swing past our stall, fell in love with our story, why we use the fruit, how we go about it, upcycling, all of that. And then she said, Martha would love these. I'm going to her house. It's her birthday. Would you guys be interested? Like, interested. You know what I mean? So we put together a little pack, gave it to her. And out of nowhere, we got a picture in the email of her holding our product. We didn't even ask for it. It just came.
Wow.
So it was really special.
How did that do for you, in terms of the brand, everything? How did it?
Martha Stewart holding your product. The egos, we were just like, okay, we're doing this. We're doing this.
Sure.
It was amazing. She didn't have to do it. Honestly, she didn't, but she did, which speaks volumes for our brand, that she really liked it.
Yeah.
And people also just took us a little bit more seriously. They were like, oh, hang on, Mama Croft. Okay, international acknowledgement. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me go try that jam.
But you guys had won so many awards, like, prior to that.
I think it was, around 11 at that point.
Around 11 by
And
then.
we had, by the way, we won those 11 awards and we were still producing from the house. So we were producing at all our individual homes. Like one was in Kale, one was in Mogoditsane, and we won those awards from there. So it was...
From the crib.
Crazy. Yeah.
Crazy. It's dope how also you talk a lot about culture and how you put it in the bottle and how you talk extensively about it. Take us through that. Because I think that's a lot about your story.
Right.
That's a lot about who you are and what you guys represent.
Right.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. If you're going to start a business, you can either copy other people or you can create your own lane. Right? Those are the fundamentals of where do you want to play. We make jams, but we didn't invent jams. One of the first company in the world to make jams, but it's how we decided to present those jams to the world. And we thought to ourselves, we live in Botswana. We have indigenous foods and fruits that are indigenous to us that are underutilized, that nobody uses. So why don't we create that USP and be different and create products using those ingredients? What initially started off as a how can I say, there's this fruit every single season, it's falling on the ground, what have you not,
don't care about Murula,
right?
To be honest,
What we decided, it grew because we realized people know Murula oil. So in the Murula fruit, crack it up, there's a nut, there's a seed, you can get seed oil from there.
Sure.
The seed oil is becoming pretty popular. It's even being used by people like your body shops and what have you not.
Yeah.
But what happens is that to get to 12 tons of
I actually
Murula
saw that
oil,
on your website,
you need to go through 300 tons of fruit pulp.
And it's crazy.
So we as a brand evolved and said, hang on, wait a minute, what's happening to all that fruit pulp? It's going to waste. Exactly. So what we decided to do is upcycle that fruit and then turn it into something, not just an ordinary thing, but something amazing, something special. And then after that, we're like, okay, we're like, what else can we use? What else is indigenous to the region that we could, that is underutilized, that's under-commercialized, that we could use? And we thought, okay, moana, baobab. And you know what I mean? And it's an ancient tree. It's a big tree. It's the tree of Africa. And then we recently started working with lorods because we're like, again, it's indigenous to the region, to us. Why don't we make something amazing with it? So that's how the tagline, culture in a bottle, came around. We're saying we're going to serve you our culture in a bottle and it's going to be amazing.
You're going to feel Botswana.
You're going to feel Botswana and you're going to want more of Botswana, right?
You can start ululating after eating.
And it's funny you say that. And so if you go on our social media, when you check out our recipes or certain videos, just go watch them. At the end, we have a ululation at the end.
Oh, yeah.
At the end of and shout out to my mom, because that's my mother ululating.
Oh, yeah. I tried ululating actually, or learning. It's pretty difficult. Like that, it's an art. Like you have to be really good at that.
So just watch our videos over and over and just listen to that.
I think I have watched your videos. I think I just wasn't paying attention to
the ululation.
The ululation at the end,
So I'm saying use them to learn ululation. So just listen and be like, okay, that's how it's done. Okay.
Yeah, you guys should probably make a video on ululation.
Yeah, try my mom.
Yeah. All right. So I wanted to talk about because you've won so many awards, and the company hasn't been around for so many years. You know, but you've won so many awards, and it's like disproportionate to the number of years you've been in business, because it's crazy. 13 awards, and looking at the number of years you've been in business, it's crazy.
Right.
So I wanted to know what makes you guys winners. Because there has to be something. What is that mindset of winning that you have that allows you to win all these things?
Right.
Yeah.
That's a very good question.
Yeah.
What makes us winners? What's the mindset? I think because we are hungry for change. We are hungry for changing the narrative that the world has about Africa and the youth and entrepreneurs. Enough is enough, right? So it's on us to take care of our own narrative. So we're like, okay, we can be like brand X that's been here for 100 years. Why not? Why can't a big brand come from Botswana? And if we succeed, then we inspire another generation to succeed, and other
become
people.
Trailblazers.
You see what I'm saying?
For sure.
If we succeed, we will create jobs. If we succeed, we're participating in diversifying the economy of Botswana. So it's not just about us. It's the trickle effect of what success actually means for us. If we succeed, we can leave behind a legacy that people can 100 years from now say, do you remember those two crazy cats? I remember those crazy cats. And now look, Bana Lesukwele, or they're exporting all over the world. They've employed over 100 people. You get what I'm saying? It's that trickle effect that drives us, and the mark we're going to leave once we're gone. So that's why we get up and we're like, okay, let's work, let's hustle, let's dance, let's do what we need to do. Another 2 a.m. night, let's go. Oh, we're working 7 days a week, let's go. Because we're driven by that. There's a goal.
So that's kind of like the process of how you guys got to that point. You have to be willing to put everything on the line. Because I wanted you to delve into it in the really ins and outs. Like, that 7 days before you took the stuff to the competition or whatever. Right. How did it look like? What were you doing? Like, that's, because I believe it's a grueling experience.
Right.
For you to to win it. It's crazy.
Yes. Let me talk about the one that stands out the most. So there was a particular competition called Go Getters. Mm-hmm. Go Getters is a competition. It's a Pan-African competition. There was over, 3,000 plus applicants from all over Africa. So that grueling process of, pitching and telling your story, getting someone to understand, why does your story matter? Why should I listen to you? Why not the other guy or the other lady? Yeah, it's a lot.
It's a lot.
And then we got shortlisted, and I think we made the top, I think it was top 12 or something like that. And that's insane.
How do you get to the top 12? Like, it's crazy, because I thought you were going to say, and then we go to like the top 1,000, because that would still be okay. Out of 3,000, it's more than, it's 1/3.
It's insane. Yeah. I guess if you have, if you're building something and people can see the vision that you're building, it's easy enough to catch on to the vision. So for Mahunga Craft, Yemi came to me, right? Because Yemi had the murla tree in front of his house. And he said to me, and he was experimenting, he taught himself how to make the jam, what have you not, School of YouTube. And then he's like, hey, friend, here's a bottle. And, I was like, oh, okay, But then I tasted the jam and I caught the vision. And because I caught the vision, I was like, we can do something here. So when we pitch and we have our stats together, we can articulate our target market, our audience, our business model. We can, We can explain all of that, how we're going to make money, where we're going to make money, how to play, where to play. And it makes sense to the judges. They're like, okay, all right, they're onto something. So when we went from 3,000 to top 12.
So you answered the tough questions.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. We've done, so that's another thing about being in business. You're going to need to learn how to do pitches, 60-second pitches.
I did it on purpose.
5-minute pitches, 3-minute pitches. And in that little short time, people need to know what you're about, where you're going, how you're going to make money, how you're going to scale, all of that. So when the top 12 came, we went to Ghana, flew me down to Ghana to go and pitch there. That was a very hard week for me because I was overworked, I was very tired, and I was feeling ill, but I still had to perform. I had to. And I remember like the night before, I was on the phone with Yemi. We were going back and forth of the pitch, refining it, changing it, doing whatever it is. And for go-getters, Strive Masiwa is one of the guys who's like, custodian of it. So he was there for this pitch. and some really big names and big important people. And pitched, did what we had to do. So they broke it down into like top 12 for ladies and men. So I went there representing us. Excuse me. And then did the pitch. And then in the evening, they announced the winner. I mean, I really hope we'd win. But when they announced our name as the winner out of 3,000 applicants in Ghana, blew my mind. I was like, what? I was gone for. Could not believe it. And it was a big one because that night we raised $50,000. That night,
Dollars.
yes. That pitch, that gave us sleepless nights, that was hard, that was uncomfortable.
How long was the pitch?
Well, it was it's a process of application, but the pitch on the night, 5 minutes in front of a panel from Barclays and other seasoned entrepreneurs and Strive and ex-ministers and what have you not. We raised $50,000 that night. And that money made it possible for us to invest into where we're incubated now to start building out our factory space. And that night, after the pitch, I fell sick. Even sicker.
Yeah.
My body was done for.
Yeah.
But we raised 100K, 50K.
50K. So you still made it.
Yeah.
Beautiful. All right, so wow. Yeah, I'm still taken aback by that story because I can actually, it's funny, I can see it because I saw the photos, you with the artist. What is that guy's name? I forgot it. I forgot it. It's crazy. But I wanted to ask you now, because I think a lot of people would like to know how were you able to take your products now into retail, into these stores, into Pick and Pay, into Sapalana, into all these, before we get to Amazon? Yeah.
That's a very fair question. And to be honest, it was a hard road. It was not an easy road at all. Unfortunately, it's not easy getting into retail in Botswana. And that's the reality of it. You have to knock on many doors over and over again, relentlessly so. And, you just gotta, if you want it, you just don't stop. And we started off at farmers markets, but we did that intentionally. So sometimes what entrepreneurs do is that they have a product and they like it and their cousin likes it and their mama likes it. And they're like, I'm ready to go to retail. But you have to do your proof of concept daily. So what we did for a good 2 years, even though we're thinking about retail, we did a lot of farmers markets. Because farmers markets are good because they give you instant feedback. So people say to you, yay, we like this. No, we don't like this. Change this, change that. And that helped our business to tweak formulation and all of that stuff. So we did that for 2 solid years. Yes, Nirubana Pick and Pay Kele. Yes, Nirubana for Safa. We could see them.
But you knew the time is coming.
Exactly. And also you need to be able to supply. You can't just be making like 20 bottles of water. I'm going into Safala and they're going to say, oh, okay, there's this, branch, that branch. But
what are the requirements to
get into retail? It depends on the category, but you have to be a registered business, number one. You have to be a registered business. So all of that, corporate documentation is necessary. Are your products tested?
Tested as an FDA?
No, an FDA is not relevant for Botswana, but let's say it's food. Have you taken it to the lab?
All right.
Has it been approved as something that's safe to eat?
Okay.
If you're going to put down nutritional analysis, have you done a nutritional analysis test on it? Things like that. Is it safe to consume? Yeah, so they want to know all of those things as well. So that's also expensive as a business. So the farmers market would help us raise a bit of funds to do this, and then it also allows you to build your brand. Because here's another thing. If you go into retail, people love going into retail, but if nobody knows who you are in retail, they're going to pass your beautiful brand every single day and pick a different bottle. So by the time we got into retail, more people knew us than they would have had we gone to retail immediately, right? But what is interesting is that because we'd interacted with so many people at the farmers market, we thought more people knew us then than we got into the store. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but like let's say we thought, I don't know, 40% of people in Gabs knew us. I'm just using a figure. Because we've interacted with so many people at farmers markets, by the time you get into retail, you realize 10% know you. That's what I mean by that. And the work that you need to do to build the brand even further, the cost of, acquiring a customer, that cost and all of that. So retail is great. It gives you distribution, but it's an expensive game because there's all these other costs that they don't tell you about that you need to think about: distribution, merchandising, branding, all of that stuff.
Oof, crazy. So, what about so when you put your product, when your product goes into retail, do you choose where to be placed? Like, because obviously there's spots where people are likely to see, Do you choose where it is placed, or you just, or they place it for you?
It depends on the retailer. Obviously, you sit in your category. So, for example, if you make a sauce like we do, you're going to be put in the sauce area. But you may not get eye level because that's expensive real estate. So you might find yourself at the bottom of the shelf or towards the... So it depends on the retailer. Some people are like, we're trying to promote local, so they'll put your brand a little bit up. Some people are like, you've got shelf space, make it work.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but I would say, honestly, it's mainly the retailer and the merchandisers in the store who figure out that shelf space. And you also have to sort of fight for it because there are bigger brands that are there that are used to occupying that space. And all of a sudden you've come with your little sauce, your little jam, and now you're taking a space where I normally sit.
Okay. All right. We're going to pause here for a break. We'll be back with Bonolo. Welcome back to the Deep Dive Show, everybody. We're here with Bonolo from Maungo Craft, and we're getting into rapid fire. All right, question number 1 on rapid fire. If you could prepare a meal for anyone, who would it be and what would you make? So this question is in 2 parts. Number 1, I want you to say all the people that the person you'd make for who's alive, and then the person you'd make for who's not alive, who's dead.
Oh, damn. Okay, yeah. So who I'd make for who's alive and who I'd make for who's not alive.
Yes.
Okay, who I would make for who's alive? This is a simple one. I would make it for Yemi, my business partner. We go through so much every single day, and I think that I am the luckiest person ever because I have such a supportive partner. And I would celebrate that person. I would definitely celebrate him and be like, thank you for going on this crazy ride with us. Like, with me, like, thank you. Let's, What would I make? First of all, I'd use our beetroot, onion, and baobab jam.
For sure. That have to come through. I mean...
I'm focused. I'd probably make like... some arancini balls, maybe, or shakshuka. Yes,
I have no idea what you just said. Like it just went like this.
So okay.
Like my mind is blank.
Let me give you a recipe, right? So you take like whatever potatoes or tomatoes or whatever it is, and then you like fry them or a little bit of oil, some paste. I would put our beetroot, onion, and baobab jam in that because it's smoky, brings the onion effect to it as well. And then I would use our hot sauce, our roasted chili garlic murula hot sauce for that paste, like mix it with the tomato paste. So it's almost like you're doing like a stew. And then you crack eggs on top of that stew. You know what I mean? The vegetable soupy thing. Yeah, but you don't break the yolk. You just crack it and let it bake on top, right? Then let that sit for a little bit. Let it do its thing, let the egg do its thing, and then be done. I'd make that. Slice of moroto,
Yeah.
So that would be good. And then for somebody who's passed away, who would I... do it for my mom's eldest sister. Because my parents, used to be very busy. They're entrepreneurs, so I got the bug from them, which is weird. I actually never thought I was an entrepreneur. I thought I was always going to be like an employee.
You just woke up one day.
I'm like, how did this happen?
Yeah.
Yeah, my mom's older sister, because she used to like drive us from school, like look after us and stuff like that. And she was a good woman, and she was older, so we called her Granny. And I remember her birthday every single year. So yeah, I'd cook for her. I'd make the same meal because it's just easier.
Yeah. Just keep it constant.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Next question. What's your favorite broke meal?
My favorite broke meal.
Yeah. Favorite. Like, this has to be a broke meal. I think I've asked the speaker before. And then they gave me some bougie meal. I was like, this is not a broke meal. Please, like, broke meal.
Fish and chips, some caviar.
Yo.
Favorite broke meal. I have two.
All right.
Is it broke? I don't know. Okay. Noodles.
Yeah, no,
Does it count? 2-minute noodles?
Yeah, I know.
You spice it up and you make it look nice. And then, I guess that's it. And I think my lazy meal is if I'm in a hurry, I just make like a quick egg sandwich. Like burrito, slice it, maybe boom, boom, lay, good to go.
Yeah, but you're there. You're like,
Am I
tier 3.
Oh my goodness.
Let me tell you what I'm talking. Like, my broke meal was this. I'm even embarrassed to say this, but whatever. It was magwinya.
Yeah.
And then I would take the cream out of toppers. You know the biscuit.
The
and then I'd peel off the cream, and then I'd open the fed cake. Then I'd put
the cream,
instant cream donut, instant, immediately. That was my thing. I'm telling you, I used to use that like as a kid. I think like primary, probably also a bit in secondary. Yeah.
Wow, I don't know if you should have shared that. Like,
I don't know. Yeah,
but I might try it. Now I'm curious. And then what I'll do is I'll take the creamer, the ligunya, because I love magwinya.
Yeah.
And then I'll put our murula lemon and vanilla jam.
Yeah. Plugging. You should do this. This is your thing, eh? You make sure.
Yeah,
no,
I
for sure. All right. Yeah, these guys are laughing at my book. Yeah. But I mean, I have to be honest.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. I'm not even going to say the second one. I was going to say the second one. Now that I got this response, I mean, like,
yeah.
I'm afraid now.
Okay.
All right. If you were stranded on an island with another person, who would it be?
Oh, man.
This is the jungle. This is...
I have a lot of people I like to be stranded on an island with.
I think, really, I want to give this a twist. Just give me that, and then also give me a celebrity you'd like to be stranded on an island with.
I don't have time to think about celebrities. I'm building a business. So
even Martha Stewart.
I don't know if I want to be stranded on an island with her, but she could cook. She would cook for us. So
Yeah.
that would be fun. Celeb. I don't know, man. I don't know.
No celebs. Okay.
I have no idea. I have like a ton running in my mind. I'm like, who would I want to? I don't know.
Right.
But I have been on an island, not stranded, with my best friend, Nyakwezi, and we had a lot of fun. And so I'm pretty sure that we could make that stranded on an island work.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
So that's
that would be.
Yeah. I'd be like, let's do that.
All right.
Celeb, I don't know.
Celeb, you're not sure.
I'm not sure.
All right. What is the best moment of your career so far?
The best moment of my career so far, I think the journey that I'm on right now with Maunga Craft, because I didn't start here. You know, I was working. I've worked in different places, and this chapter of my life,
This
chapter, this thing that we're building, this thing that is forming into something, this thing that's forming into a sort of a movement, this thing where, sometimes you enter a space and somebody's like, I remember them in 2019 when they were at the farmer's market, and oh my goodness, now you guys are selling here, having that story. Or somebody saying to you, I've been buying your product for 5 years. Do you know what I mean? Like, literally, whenever we do trade shows, people calling their friends and saying, come and taste.
Goosebumps.
Yeah, I buy this every month. Like we had a guy, bless his heart, he was so cool. He was like, every month without fail in my groceries. What's new? What do you have that's new? You know, building that sort of brand loyalty. This phase of my life is exciting because this phase of my life is important because this phase of my life is going to empower other young people to realize that you can start a business from your house, ko Kgale, ko Mogoditshane, and end up on Bloomberg Pursuits from Botswana.
Yes.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's beyond us and what we're doing. It's
That was
not
a drop the mic moment. Eh? That was really a drop the mic moment. Yeah.
It's beyond what we're doing. This phase in our lives, what we're doing right now, is going to change a lot of narratives. It's going to change a lot of conversation.
A lot of stereotypes too.
Exactly. It's going to inspire a lot of people. Like, right, for example, we have people who come to, like, write to us or call us and say, I'd like to learn how to make a sauce. I don't know how to make a sauce. Can you teach them? And, you know, we've been really busy. But now we thought to ourselves, you know what? Actually, we're going to do a masterclass and teach people how to make a shelf-stable sauce. That's what we're going to do because now we're passing on that skill to next generation manufacturers. Manufacturing in Botswana, we're first generation, basically.
Yeah, for sure.
We have a huge import bill. We're first generation. So we are experiencing a lot of these things, you know, firsthand for the first time. We look for answers. They're not there because no one has done it before. So we have to find it within yourself or call them Paul or whatever it is. You know what I mean? So, and I think as I'm growing the most, I've learned so much. I've learned skills I did not have 5 years ago. Like I design things now. I didn't go to design school.
Yeah.
But I've had to learn skills that were necessary for us to move forward as a business.
Beautiful. Well put. Last question on rapid fire. Soup or salad?
Soup or salad? What kind of salad? Any salad?
Any salad.
Salad any day.
Salad any day.
Salad any day.
Why is that?
Because there's a salad recipe. Do you know this? I'm in food. So in food, we're always experimenting.
Yeah.
We make this mopani worm salad that has...
Mopani worm salad.
Exactly. Like who would have thought about that? Mopani worm salad with our sauce and stuff. Because we're in food, we're always experimenting. Always pushing boundaries. Always trying different things. Like how would this work? How would this not work? And one day we made a salad and it was delicious. And it was amazing. And so I'm a salad girl. Soup, nah.
Yeah.
Salad, yes.
Let's go. All right. This brings us to a wrap of rapid fire, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, bro. So we're going to carry on with the conversation. Now...
Those are hard rapid fire questions. Yo.
For sure. You are on Amazon. Amazon is one of the biggest online sellers in the world. How do you make it? What does it require? You are the first, so you're the trailblazers. So a lot of people are watching this, they want to know. You know, they sell a lot of dope stuff. A lot of people have tried for sure.
Right.
But they haven't managed, but you guys have.
Right.
How do you get to that?
You know, what I've learned is that in business, you need to collaborate and you need to also always be looking for linkages, partners you can work with to move things forward. So for us to be able to do the Amazon one, we had worked with USAID because they were like working with companies, assisting companies who are export ready. And we were one of them. And also Leah. So we are currently incubated with Leah. That's where our factory is. And I think it took a good year
for the whole process to...
For everything to come together. Everything to come together. The first order, like you mentioned earlier on FDA. So you have to be FDA registered. But for food, there's certain criteria that you need to meet. Your label, how's the label? No. FDA wants it a specific way. So, you know, the branding as well. If you're going to export and sell internationally, people need to pick up your brand, your product, and be like, yeah, I'd buy that again. So you have to think about your branding, what you're trying to communicate. You'll realize that... You know what I mean?
Yo.
You're not just putting something in a bottle and saying, Hasta la vista,
Let's
like
go,
good
yeah.
luck. Exactly. You have to be intentional. So our branding was designed in such a way that how we label, you'll notice on our products, days.
Yes.
Right? That was intentional.
Yeah.
It wasn't a mistake. One board one day. It was very intentional.
A lot of your products still have that African feel.
Exactly. Because we still want people to know you're eating an African product. Right? But also we want people to know it's of international standards. It came from Botswana, Africa, that's not good. No. We are a premium brand. We offer great quality products and we need to look the part as well. I think we've rebranded 4 or 5 times. And it's okay because every time it got better. That's the most important thing. Our first branding was a piece of paper that we printed, a piece of paper. And like
you stuck it.
Yeah, pretty much. But it was like a little tag. That's how we started initially, and it was enough at that moment because that's what we could do at that moment. So anyway, so we, a lot had to come to play to get that going for Amazon.
Do people need a warehouse like you guys have?
So
in New York,
so
to sell on Amazon.
That's a great question. So you don't need a website.
Warehouse.
A warehouse yourself. There's warehouse fulfillment centers that you can work with. There's companies who fulfill for you as well. So we're working with an agency in the US that our product arrives to, and then when you place an order, they send it off to an Amazon facility, and then it goes to the person. Yeah.
Okay.
So we don't fulfill from Botswana. That will take too long.
Yes.
And that'll be too expensive. So yeah, so all of those things had to, and then also...
So people can get your products on Prime?
Yeah, you can. You can get it the following day. It is insane. It's almost like earlier on you asked, I think the question was, I'm trying to paraphrase what you said, like what's your best moment and I said to you, it's the journey. But that is one of those moments that stands out where I was like, this high. And right now we're selling in one of the biggest marketplaces. Like, what are the chances?
Yeah.
Banaba bundling. Bundling.
For sure.
All about the people.
Wow.
Right?
Wow.
Like, and I've been seeing a trend with Lobatse peeps. Shout out to Lobatse people.
Yeah.
Doing things. So it's not impossible.
We had Tobo also on the show.
Yes. We went to the same school.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
nice.
So I'm proud of bundling people. Like we're doing the things that need to be done. So yeah, it does take time, but you have to be intentional because you want to sell. You don't want to just send a product to Rikisi.
And you guys, you managed to start selling mid-April this year?
Yes.
On Amazon?
Yes.
And you have like 40 reviews.
Yes.
40. It's crazy.
That's insane.
Like 91% of those are like 5-star reviews.
Right.
And, there's not even a 1 or 2-star review.
Right.
I think there's only like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And, Makwa have eaten up your product. Like they took it. Like they were like, it's from Africa. And,
right.
How I think it explains the work that was done behind closed doors.
Yeah.
The late nights, all that stuff.
Right.
To get you to that moment where people are looking at the product and like, this is quality. I like the tang. I like everything about it.
Right. 100%.
It's amazing what you guys were doing with the product thing.
Thank you very much. I think you're absolutely right. It is a culmination of daily steps that have been taken over 5 years that have made that one moment worth it. Success does not happen overnight. You don't just wake up and one day and you're like, ta-da! It really is the daily work that you put down. It's from that Amazon listing that we got that made it possible for the Bloomberg review or feature.
Everything connects.
Yes.
Yeah. Everything.
Synchronicity. Everything. If we were not there, it wouldn't have been featured, etc., etc. But it's exciting to bring Botswana to the world.
Beautiful.
Yeah. It's exciting.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Like people, baje murula, put it, all go Texas. What's hello your fries?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's really exciting.
Yeah.
So that gets us going.
Yeah, I think it's an exciting time also for a lot of us. I was telling people that even just content creation, we don't have a lot of stories out there. That's why we do what we do. Even content creation, we don't have a lot of stories out there. We're actually I think this was DJK, Huitman, Kutsafalo, talking about a lot of us are first generation entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
And people in America, they had the Rockefellers, the Andrew Kennedys, way before them, and they're sitting on their shoulders.
Right.
And now we are actually those people who a lot of people will be sitting on our shoulders.
Right.
And it's a very exciting time to be alive. I'm trying.
No.
It's a very exciting time to be alive.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. And that's the legacy we're talking about, right?
Yeah.
The work you're doing now is going to impact
For sure.
how people view you, your family, your country in 100 years' time.
Beautiful. Yeah. So something I was also very interested to ask you, from the common statistic that about 67% of companies that fail because of founder conflict. I wanted to ask you, especially because your co-founder is here, what is that special blend, of talent, of skill, of whatever, that have made you guys, stick
Right.
like glue to be able to, to move things so seamlessly, to move things and get to this point? Because even just talking to you guys, you can tell like you guys really like each other. Like, I mean, it's not something say long you can, halofos. You can tell like these people work together and they're having a great time together.
Right.
What is that thing that, because I think a lot of businesses have failed because of, co-founders.
Conflict. It happens. You said the word seamlessly, and I wanted to laugh. I was like, seamlessly? There's no such thing.
For sure.
It goes back to what I said earlier about, have you caught on to the vision? Can you see what we're trying to build, right? And how leba ore, okay, no, this is what we're trying to build. Yes, things are going to come in along the way. It's going to be hard. It's going to be challenges. We get along like a house of fire, but we also fight like a house of fire.
Yeah.
Right? Because we are different people. We have different ideas. We have different ways that we approach life, or we tackle challenges, high moments or low moments and stuff like that. So I think when you're working with a co-founder, and I think it's important to get a co-founder, number one. I think it's very key to get co-founders, because the entrepreneurial journey is very lonely. It's really hard, and you need a support system. But I think it's also about just sort of respecting the fact that this person is bringing something to the table. I'm bringing something to the table. Let's talk about it. Lean into each other's skills. So Yemi is an attorney by profession, so he has that law side, which you can imagine is very important.
Very, very important.
For a business.
Yes.
And IP, very important for a business, but also research. So he handles our R&D.
Yeah.
He's our head of production. Also does ops, because when you're a business owner, you do everything. So he does everything. I handle mainly a lot of the ops and the admin stuff, purchasing or marketing stuff, whatever it is.
Is you posting on your socials?
Yeah.
I could hear your voice in it.
You could? We both do, actually.
Yeah. I could hear your voice a lot in it, but yeah.
Yeah, we do. We still do our own socials and stuff like that.
Okay.
So you just... It's the vision. Do you know what you're doing? Do you know what you're trying to build? Even when it gets hard, okay, deal with the issues, deal with whatever it is, and then move on. Don't get caught up in that moment and get stuck, because we know what we're trying to do. So yes, there's going to be days where I piss him off. And it's going to be like, why are you my business partner? And there's going to be days where I piss him off, but we get over it because we're adults.
Yeah.
And you move on and you continue building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well put. All right. My last question to you is, how do you want to be remembered as Bonolo? And also, how do you want Mango Craft to be remembered?
That's a very good question. How do I want to be remembered as Bonolo? And how do I want Mango Craft to be remembered? When I think about that one, Bonolo wants to be remembered as somebody who brought about positive change, who changed the narrative of how young Africans are looked at by other people. She wants to be remembered as a friend, a person who created space for you to talk to when it's hard, when it's tough, Because it happens. It gets really tough for a lot of entrepreneurs and just personal. It gets tough. And I can't tell you the amount of times I've been on the phone with my entrepreneurial friends, just holding space and just kind of going, it's a really crappy day today. And I've been where you've been at, and don't be embarrassed, right? Don't be embarrassed that you can't make payroll this month, because it was a really bad month and you tried your best. I want to be known as that person who nurtured and succeeded as well. It's so key that we succeed. We need to succeed. It's beyond us at this point. We're children of Botswana. We're children of Africa. It's not about Bonolo and Yemi. You know? We're working for the continent, for the nation.
Doing the Lord's work.
Sorry, yes. Exactly, through food.
Yeah.
And as Maungo Craft, we want to be remembered as that African, well, Tswana brand, but, African brand that is available on all continents, that is, people, for those who know us, they think we're a jam company. We're not a jam company. We're a food company.
Yeah.
We're a food company.
You gotta know.
Yeah.
You gotta
Food
know.
company. But we're beyond that. But you guys will see that. We'll plug you into that vision as you grow with us.
Love to see you.
And we want to be as big as those brands that you know in your homes that you just pick up without thinking about. You're thirsty, you pick up whatever it is. Yeah? We want to be that brand that was known to create jobs down the value chain. The one that changed lives, the one that inspired other young entrepreneurs to go, if those guys can do it, I sure as hell can do it. Because we're average people, we're average Joes. We're just, you know what I mean? So if we could do it and succeed at it, imagine what that's going to do for everybody else and future entrepreneurs. That's Maungo Craft for you.
Beautiful. And you can actually show people that follow this path.
100%. And also very, very key, we're also trying to Murula and Bobebebean fall under what you call as orphan crops, because we've been taught that the fruits that you eat get strawberry, grapes, and what have you not. So we're literally reintegrating these orphan crops back into the food system. So I want 30, 40, 50 years from now, someone in, Italy or Beijing is having a Murula sauce or a Murula jam, whatever it is. Our product number, it doesn't matter. The point is that they know about the fruit that is indigenous to the continent and they're having it in their kitchen, just like how we are having strawberries in our kitchen.
Well put. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Bonolo from Maungo Craft. I hope you guys got a lot, because I did. And I hope you guys, I hope you guys really enjoyed what we talked about here. And if you did, don't forget to drop a like, comment below on your biggest takeaway, and definitely subscribe to the channel. We'll have all her links and all the links to Maungo Craft below. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we'll meet same time, same place next week. Be great.